Kevin, the Elimination Chamber for 2023 is live February 18th. It's in Montreal. It's in Canada. Kevin, it's over the border for you. This show, probably the most anticipated most excited I've been for an Elimination Chamber show or like a February WWE pay-per-view I can remember in literally years. Usually this show in February for WWE is very much a filler, very much a forgettable show. There's some matches that are very predictable and you just move on. But this year, there's one match especially, but there's generally most of the show that has myself, I can speak on for sure, and probably you and others quite interested. So, Kevin, say we're going to preview the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to throw it to you. Kevin, talk to us.
Yeah, so Elimination Chamber, it takes place, Saturday, February 18th for me,
Yep.
Sunday for you. It's going to be in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And Roman Reigns is going to annihilate Sami Zayn in front of his friends and family. I can't wait. I'm actually kind of excited for this show. I think we're going to see a pretty interesting show. I'm curious to see how Triple H books the Elimination Chamber. I want to see the differentials between Triple H's booking of the Chamber pay-per-view and Vince McMahon's booking of the pay-per-view. I have a little PTSD from Elimination Chamber 2020 regarding this women's match.
Same.
There's going to have a Raw Women's Championship match on the line at WrestleMania 39. Apparently, Ronda Rousey's going to replace Natty in that match. That should be interesting, I guess. So maybe we'll get Ronda versus Bianca Belair, and our predictions will still be right after all from the Royal Rumble show we did.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the crowd just be so pissed off over that. Ronda Rousey just beats up Natalya, Edge and Kofi Kingston style, on Natalya's walk to the ring. He beats her up, puts her in an armbar, breaks her arm, legitimately breaks her arm, and then we get Ronda Rousey in the pod, pal, and Ronda Rousey just snakes her way in. She buries Liv Morgan, single-handedly. She slaps Asuka to the ground, pins her 1, 2, 3, steps on her chest, and we get Ronda Rousey pointing to the WrestleMania sign, pal. That's the kind of content that we need, don't you agree?
That would go over amazingly. And yeah, that 2020 Women's Chamber match, that might be one of the worst matches I've seen in wrestling, just period. That was just hard to watch, straight up. That was awful. So if we see anything like that, that won't be good. I have faith that even if Ronda Rousey does win, it'll actually be booked somewhat compellingly.
Yep.
I don't know how they're going to do that with the women involved, but it waits to be seen. There's some solid talent in that match. But I will say, is that match the one I'm most excited for? No. Is anyone most excited for that Women's Chamber match? I highly doubt it.
Someone is out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, someone. I'm sure there's Liv Morgan stands who are just, chomping at the bit to watch this match. But yeah, Kevin, I think this show, realistically speaking, it's in many people's eyes not a one-match show because I'm sure other matches will be good. But there's one match that everyone's really looking forward to. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, when it comes to this Women's Chamber match, I think we're going to end up with Ronda Rousey and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. I don't think they're going to do Asuka just yet. I think Asuka and Belair is going to be the big Raw feud through the summer, I think. I think they're going to do Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania because a bunch of people genuinely don't like Ronda Rousey. They're sick of her. They don't want to see her win. I think that makes for an easy match with a babyface Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. So,
yeah, absolutely, pal. But yeah, that's overall, to get our little discussion on the overall pay-per-view of the Elimination Chamber. I think this could be a pretty good show. Like I said, I think it will actually be entertaining. But what do you think? Are you excited? What's your excitement level going into next Saturday?
Scale of 1 to 10, probably about for the whole show, probably a 7. But for the main event, a 10. I think the rest of the card looks fine. The Elimination Chamber matches should be entertaining. For a gimmick pay-per-view, I mean, we've seen Elimination Chamber matches so many times, Kevin. I'm sure, especially for you, someone who grew up watching the absolute all-time great Elimination Chamber matches in the 2000s. Looking at the cards for these Elimination Chamber matches, you're hardly jumping out of your seat, desperate to watch them. I don't imagine you're desperate to watch Bronson Reed get DDT'd on the padding of the pod by Johnny Gargano. But nonetheless, the main event for this, Kevin, I cannot wait for. I think that's going to be some of the best. Potentially one of the matches of the year. I think that has potential to be unbelievable. But yeah, the chamber matches themselves, they'll be entertaining, but I don't think they're going to be world-beating by any means.
Absolutely, and the main event you're referring to is Roman Reigns defending his undisputed Universal Championship versus Sami Zayn with just Paul Heyman in his corner. You know, the Usos can be watching this match from home, so they can get a good perspective from television, so they can see things that you can't see being there in person, as Paul Heyman put it. And then I assume Solo Sikoa is not going to be there. So yeah, this could be like a classic Roman Reigns storytelling match, and it's going to advance the Bloodline storyline. What do you think of the odds that Sami Zayn walks out with the undisputed Universal Championship, Al? Like a 0% chance, 5%.
Kevin, what are the odds that you walk outside right now and you can just like walk to the moon within 5 seconds? Like none. You know, like I don't think there's any chance Zayn wins. I just think what we're going to witness and like how Zayn's going to lose is going to be unbelievable. I expect there'll be a Montreal Screwjob of some capacity. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. I can't wait to see what they do. I think Roman's going to, Kevin, because we know what a lot of this match is going to be. It's going to be Reigns doing his usual thing. He's beating up Sami Zayn. He's in like rest holds. He's talking directly at the camera. Montreal, the crowd's just booing him loudly. Like the best part of this, I think, is going to be Sami's going to make his entrance. Does he come out to Worlds Collide, or is that the theme song? Like that one, the old one.
Yeah.
If he comes out to that, like he's going to get a loud pop regardless. If he comes out to that, Montreal, the roof's going to blow off the building. And then Roman's going to come out. He's going to be booed like he's Satan. And then the match is going to be just great. Kevin, the ending to this, I cannot wait to see what they do. Hopefully it's not an anticlimax. I don't think they can do an anticlimax with this. I think, yeah, it's you have to hit a home run with this ending in Montreal. Set up too perfectly not to hit a home run, Kevin.
Yeah, Sami Zayn is going to get a hero's welcome in his hometown, his home country. It's going to be a really good babyface versus heel match. I mean, Reigns is going to get booed. Sami Zayn's going to get cheered. There's not going to be no 50-50, let's go Roman sucks. None of that stuff. It's going to be a pure good guy versus bad guy match. We're going to see pure white meat babyface Sami Zayn. We really haven't seen this since his NXT days. This is really Sami Zayn's first big match in WWE on the main roster. And we've seen him have classics with like Cesaro in NXT, Shinsuke Nakamura in NXT, and he hasn't really been able to do those type of things on the main roster. Yeah, he had a big match with Kevin Owens back in the day at Payback. It was pretty good. He got the big win. But this match is going to be a different level. We're going to see main event Sami Zayn like we haven't seen on the main roster. I'm excited for it.
Absolutely, 100%. Like Sami's that perfect mix of like, obviously has the indie background, so he can put in a great match in a situation like this, but the character work and the actual storyline stuff, he has that in droves as well, which is what's made SmackDown particularly so compelling for now months. So, yeah, this match is going to be something. I can picture that you're going to have, obviously, Reigns beating up Sami for much of it. Probably early going will be fairly even. There'll be the segment for like 5-10 minutes of Reigns just in complete control, talking trash. He's getting like booed heavily by the Montreal crowd. Hopefully, like, they have Sami Zayn's like loved ones and like parents in the front row or something. Even if they're not his real parents, they put like plants and they're like, oh, and like you have Michael Cole and Pat McAfee yelling. Like that's Sami's loved ones. That's Sami's brother. That's Sami's cousin and his father in the front row, and like Sami's like bleeding in front of them. Stuff like that. Like this is the sort of match where if you get blood involved, it would kind of work, I think. And it doesn't have to be some John Cena JBL bloodbath, but a bit of blood on Sami Zayn here would add a bit more kind of emphasis to it. But I don't think it doesn't need it. But Kevin, I'd say that would make the match even better.
Imagine a bit in the middle of the match where Roman Reigns just walks to ringside, grabs Sami Zayn's father, and smacks him to the ground.
Oh my god! And like someone in like the fourth row, some fan jumps the guardrail and goes to run. Some security guard tackles him. Oh my god. That'd be phenomenal. Yeah,
that'd be fantastic. And Roman Reigns just like, are you Mr. Zayn? Just grabs him, smacks him. Sami's like his face is bloodshot red. He's so angry. Yeah, that'd be classic stuff. I'd love to see it.
Reigns walks over to him. He like takes a seat like next to Sami Zayn's dad. He's like, is that your son? Getting his ass whooped by the tribal chief? And then like Reigns like jumps the barricade again, just starts like Brock Lesnar elbow striking, like shoot elbowing Sami Zayn. And then he sits down again, like next to the Zayn's dad's like, look at him, he's bleeding now. And like the crowd's like booing heavily. Like,
Yeah, that'd be good
Oh,
stuff. I'd like to see that.
that's the kind of content you can do with this. There's so much scope to work on here. Kevin, as far as an ending, what kind of thing do you see them sort of doing? I don't imagine you picture Sami winning.
No, of course not. Yeah, I think Roman wins. We're gonna get a pretty compelling, good storytelling riddled match. I think Sami will have a few false finishes. You know, Sami will hit like a haluva kick, and then Reigns will be down. We'll get like a 2 9/10 count from the referee. The crowd will be ready to explode, ready to cheer, a la Eddie Guerrero winning the championship in 2004 and No Way Out. But then, you know, Reigns will kick out at the last possible inch, and it'll be a pretty good false finish. You know, we'll get something like that. And then they'll build it up, and it'll get to the point where when Reigns hits his spear and wins, people will be like, okay, that was a damn good match. Like, yeah, Sami lost, but it'll be a good match. Reigns will pin him, Reigns will get out of the ring. Then the pay-per-view will probably go off the air with Sami getting a standing ovation. And then we'll see. I don't know if we'll see a cliffhanger at the end. I think that's the way they'll end it. Sami getting a standing ovation, just because the Usos can't be there. So I think that's the reason why we won't see a cliffhanger. Maybe they'll wait till Raw or SmackDown.
No. There will be a cliffhanger. There will be a cliffhanger. I think what they're going to do, if I have to make a prediction, Kevin, I think there's going to be something, as usual with these Reigns matches, the referee will go down, as usual, and then it'll become a free-for-all. I think Reigns will, get a chair involved or something. I think Kevin Owens will run down, and he'll get like a loud pop. He'll like save Sami Zayn, and then there'll be a double cross. I think Owens will like hit Zayn in the head with a chair or something, and then Reigns will like pin him, and then the crowd will be like, "Oh my god!" and like Owens will storm off, getting loud boos, and then they'll set up something. I think that's something that I think they could probably do, maybe,
perhaps, yeah,
like a double cross. As far as like ending a show where Sami's not going to win, do it. Kevin Owens, another like Canadian, like favorite son, doing that would get a good reaction. I think it's just gonna be excellent. This is gonna be a match which, Kevin, I'll say this now. Hopefully, you understand what I'm saying here. Sami Zayn in Montreal in this match against this version of Roman, him winning the title, if that happened, would the moment be somewhere similar in the ballpark to that of Eddie winning No Way Out 04, in that it would just be this moment where you just think, oh my god, like it's this just incredible moment. Not saying Sami Zayn's as good as Eddie, I'm not saying any of that, but for the moment itself and all the circumstances involving it, would it be that sort of moment, would you say?
I think so. It'd be very similar. Sami would be crying, jumping into the crowd, the people in Montreal hugging him, celebrating with his family. Like it would be a big pop too. It'd be very similar. I mean, maybe we'll get something where Cody could cost him the belt, and then we'll get like a Montreal Screwjob type deal. Like that's possible. Cody calls Sami the belt, and then Roman complains, and then we get like an official review on SmackDown, and they overturn the decision, and they hand the belt back to Roman Reigns. I can see it. I mean, that would make Roman Reigns like a dastardly heel. If he's just out there like on SmackDown, like SmackDown opens with him complaining, he's screaming at Adam Pearce, he's in his face like, "No, Sami, there was interference. Cody cost me the belt. It didn't it wasn't clean. It didn't happen. Whatever, And then Reigns just is awarded the belt. Like that'd be just great heel heat.
That'd be if they could do something to where like Reigns doesn't really lose legitimately, but Sami still has that moment where like. And then on SmackDown, he just gets stripped of the belt, and then they can write it in a way where Sami doesn't have to get involved in the rest of the match. I don't know if you can do that. It's a bit. There's so many ways you can go about it. I think at the end of the day, Reigns will sort of screw job. I think Owens will be involved in this. I think you're going to have the ending. You're going to, as usual with these Triple H shows, you're going to be thinking, "Oh my god, wow, that was really good." So yeah, I can't wait for that. Okay, that's going to be sensational. There's the pop when he comes out, the boos Reigns is going to get, the amount of options you have for this, where Reigns can get legitimately like great, like clippable, funny, or really cool like moments during this match. There's so much potential. So
another option too, in the theme of a Montreal Screwjob finish, would be the referee goes down. Sami has Roman beat. There's no ref out there. Then Kevin Owens comes out in a ref shirt. Kevin Owens comes out to this hero's welcome. It's kind of similar to what you said. Kevin Owens comes out to this hero's welcome, and then You know, Reigns just like whatever, Superman punches Sammy, and then Kevin Owens with the fast count as the
Oh,
referee.
that I like.
He
That I
fast counts
like.
Sammy. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, if they can do that, yeah, nah. And then they can have Reigns versus Sami Zayn, like the big rematch on SmackDown in 2 weeks. Reigns like he goes nuts and just like he beats Sammy like Brock Lesnar style. He's like irate Roman Reigns, and then they get to Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania, and then you can do that would be nuts. That would be like Owens in a referee shirt. There's a fast count. There's some BS. Sammy has this big moment in Montreal. Like I think that'd be nuts.
Absolutely, pal.
Mm.
Yeah, so moving on, I think we covered everything we could cover on the main event.
Yeah.
The next big match that I'm looking forward to, and it hasn't officially been announced, but it should be announced after Raw, which we're recording this about 2 days before Monday Night Raw, will be Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Now, I think people assumed that this match was going to happen at WrestleMania, and I think it still will, but I'm intrigued to see what they do here with this Brock Lesnar-Bobby Lashley match that's presumably taking place. Now, maybe it doesn't end up taking place, and this part of the review is irrelevant, but I don't know. I'm intrigued. I want to see what they do. Like, maybe we'll get something where it's like a non-finish, where like they do some crazy spot where like Reigns and Lashley go through the stage or something, and the ref ends up calling off the match, and then we get like a no holds barred match or like a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, something like that. Well,
Yeah.
what are you thinking?
I think that's where they're going to go with it. I think they're going to do like a no contest. They'll do something, whether it's Lashley spearing Brock through like the LED board on the stage, and they're both like gurneyed out, something like that, or they go through the stage, or like they fake like an injury angle with one of the guys, or they do something to where you're watching it thinking they're going to have another match at WrestleMania. That was indecisive, but it was like a taste of what we could get. So even if it's like a 2 or 3 minute match, it's really short, and then there's some spot where they both get stretched out, and then they have to like redo it. I think that's something like that where you want to see the full fight at WrestleMania sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think it'll be a good match. It'll be a good, like, 10, 15-minute match. Maybe not even 15. Maybe, like, a 7 to 10-minute match. That's probably right around the ballpark they'll stay in with these two guys. And it'll be good, hard-hitting. It'll be similar to maybe Brock and Goldberg from Mania. What was it, Mania 33? From a few years back. So it'd be similar to that. And for a long time, we've wanted Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in a legitimate wrestling contest. Not a placeholder like it was at last year's Royal Rumble. Not an advancement of a storyline. I want to see these two guys go in there and kill each other. No championships on the line. Just to see who's better, pal. That's all I want. It's one of the few true dream matches that we can get in wrestling. And I can't wait for it.
100%. Like, it's great. It really is. I mean, you got Brock Lesnar versus Black Lesnar. It's just, it's a great like battle. And Kevin, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna. Kevin, I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it anyway. Kevin, nonetheless, it should be really good. Should be really good, pal.
Absolutely. And what match do you want to talk about next, pal?
I feel we'll dabble on that US title chamber match just for a little bit before we get to the Judgment Day match. I just want to say with this, Logan Paul will be involved somehow. They're going to do something where I think Seth Rollins is about to win, or Seth Rollins just generally at some stage in the match gets screwed somehow by Logan Paul. Maybe Logan Paul midway through the match comes down and tries to get Seth Rollins to invest in a crypto pump and dump scam, potentially, something like that. Who knows? There's plenty of avenues you can go, but they're going to do something to further that build. That's like the kind of main, I guess, other match to further with this. The Austin Theory thing, will he win and then will Cena come out after, or will we get something Cena related? That's the question I have involving this. So there's that, but yeah, elsewhere, Montez Ford's probably going to jump off a pod and do a frog splash, and you think, oh my god, and Johnny Gargano is there to do spots. So yeah,
in the reference to John Cena, you're referring to a potential John Cena and Austin Theory match for the United States Championship at WrestleMania, correct?
Correct. Yes. That is what I'm referring to. There, John.
Yeah, that'll be a pretty good development if we do get a John Cena appearance. I'm up for that. I'm always up for a good John Cena appearance. Yeah, maybe we get like Austin Theory. He barely survives the match. Cena comes out. Cena buries him on the mic. It's like, you don't have what it takes, Cenation. You can't go one-on-one with the great Cenation.
Yep.
Yeah,
sounds like
that.
Cena sounds like Cena putting over talent like he's good at.
Yeah, well, Theory will beat him in a decisive fashion. Theory will stand on his chest, hold the United States Championship up at WrestleMania 39, pal. And then he's gonna cut a promo and say, "Since we're in Hollywood, go back to Hollywood, bitch." And then he's gonna send Cena back to Hollywood for good. And we're never gonna see Cena in a WWE ring again. Austin Theory's gonna permanently send Cena back to Hollywood, pal.
Oh my god. Yeah, you never know. I mean, at this point, who does Cena still really have to work with? I mean, because people say like, "Oh, Cena can work like a retirement match against Edge," but it's like, is there a need? Like what young guys does Cena really need to put over now? Like, you can do like Cena versus Gunther, but is there a need for that? Like, Theory's the last one that makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, I'd much rather see Theory just permanently send him to Hollywood. But that'd be a much better ending than Cena and Edge having old man Edge, old man Cena have one last match. Nevertheless, pal, I do think this men's chamber match is going to be good. We'll have some viral moments in there. Some big spots with Montez Ford, like you mentioned. Seth Rollins will be in there. I like Damian Priest as the big guy. Because he's an athletic big guy, and he'll work in like that Kane role. Where, we've seen Kane in like these Money in the Bank matches as like the sole big guy. I think Priest will fit that pretty well. And I do think this will be a good match. I really do. I think it'll be a good bell-to-bell contest. It shouldn't be boring by any means. I do want to see what's going to happen with Logan Paul. I mean, maybe you think we got a classic Vince McMahon spot where like Seth Rollins, he hits the curb stomp, a pedigree, another curb stomp, Austin Theory's dead on the floor, and then Logan Paul's entrance music hits, and Seth Rollins just turns around for like 25 seconds, stares at the ramp, and then Austin Theory rolls him up, and that's how the match ends.
I think you just nailed it. Yeah, I do think we're going to get that. Exactly. Yeah. I do.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, Seth Rollins he pedigrees Austin Theory like 4 times. It's a curb stomp. Austin Theory's just laying there lifeless. And then I don't even know Logan Paul's theme song, whatever it is, it hits. Seth Rollins like, "Oh my god, what is that? Is Logan here? Oh my god."
Yeah, all what they could do is Seth Rollins, like, he makes the whole thing that he's just going to show up Logan. Basically, what he does is like Austin Theory's dead to rights at the end of the match, as you said. Rollins just starts hitting all of Logan Paul's signatures and finisher moves. Like he does like some big aerial move. He does any move Logan Paul's like done. He just does it, and he's like talking down the camera. He's like, "Yeah, Logan, you suck, Logan." And he's just like addressing Logan. And then it's like, "What, are you going to crypto pump and dump scam me too, Logan, huh?" And then they do that, and then Theory just hits the roll-up of death, 1, 2, 3, and then Rollins is like acting like, "Oh my god, I never would have seen this coming" after the match.
Oh, I hope we don't get that. I really do. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that'd be super Cena-esque. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, that'd be so bad. I mean, it would be apropos if Austin Theory's going to face Cena. Might as well do a tribute to his hero and just bury Seth Rollins, pal.
Yeah, and then like Theory's in the ring celebrating as the "You Can't See Me" at Seth Rollins. He's like dancing. He gets Susan G. Komen women in the ring. He's shimmying, cutting Star Wars promos.
Oh my god. Yeah, might as well. Wow.
Yeah, no, so that's the chamber for the men, and I guess that leaves Kevin a match which I know you're particularly interested in. It's the Judgment Day. There, John. This is Mummy and Fergs against Adam Copeland and Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon. There, John. So can you just walk me through how this match makes you feel, pal?
Well, my question is, what is Eddie Guerrero's son's involvement in this match going to be? Is Dominic Guerrero going to be out there like cheering on Mommy? Is he going to be cheering Mommy on? Is he going to be cheering on your favorite wrestler, Fergs Devitt? I don't know. I mean, whatever. We're going to have this match. I saw people complaining about Edge grabbing Beth Phoenix's ass, and people are like, "Hey, that's his wife, bro." Like
what? What were people complaining about?
About Edge grabbing Beth Phoenix's ass on Raw. They're like, "Oh, that's disgusting, inappropriate. Have respect for some women."
He's had like what 2, 3 kids with that same woman. Like what?
Yeah, that's his wife. Like, come on.
You think? Oh my god, I've just lost brain cells hearing that. That's horrendous.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see that. It didn't make it to your algorithm, pal.
That's horrendous. Wow.
Yeah,
Anyway, nonetheless, Kevin, I think Edge and Beth Phoenix win this match. I think this match will be used as a catalyst to set up Dominic versus Rey at WrestleMania. I think it'll be career on the line for Rey. I think that'll be the big stipulation potentially, and then Dominic can beat his dad, and it'll be this emotional moment. They'll be hugging, they'll be crying at WrestleMania, and then
Wait, you don't think we're gonna get a 1.5 year long storyline of Dominic and Rey Mysterio, where Dominic's like, "You're not my real father."
Would you want to say that?
That would be hilarious. I would. I'd be down. Maybe not a 1.5 years long, but I'd like to see that for a few months. You go all out. You bring Maury in. Maury's out there. We get a DNA test. It comes to be true that Rey Mysterio is not the father. I would personally love to see that. That'd be some classic entertainment.
Yeah, you get Jerry Springer on Miz TV, and then they have the Mysterio families there, and they get the DNA test results. It's like a 30-minute segment of the main event of Raw.
Yeah,
the Miz.
Rey Mysterio's wife's out there crying.
Oh my god, that's hilarious! Yeah, they got the niece, you got cousins are out there for no reason. Ringside, they're lumberjacks, and then you got Rey's in the ring crying. He takes the mask off a little bit, and, dabs his eyes with the tears, and Dominic's just ah!
Yeah, you look Rey's looking at his wife cry, how dare you cheat on me with my brother Eddie Guerrero? That'd be great. I mean, it'd be great stuff, pal. I'd love to see it. I would personally really enjoy that. I'm probably the only person that would enjoy that on the planet. Everybody else would hate it.
Rey's wife just isn't there for the segment, and then once the moment happens where it's revealed that Dominic's actually Eddie Guerrero's baby, that the wife comes out in a lowrider shimmying like she's Eddie, and Rey's just crying, and you never see Rey on TV again.
No, make a call to Vicky Guerrero. Bring Vicky Guerrero out there, pal. Yeah, we get a fight between Rey's wife and Vicky Guerrero.
Oh my god, it's just Jerry Springer with the Mysterios and the Guerreros.
Oh, so great.
Oh my god, they do. Oh, this is the content we could get in wrestling, pal. This would go over great on social media.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then as a throwback, we have Seth Rollins out there reading Aaliyah Mysterio's DMs.
Oh my god, yeah, literally. Yeah, it's about 40 minutes into this segment on Raw. It's 10:45 p.m. There's still 15 minutes to go. You've had the confessionals. It's going longer than the trial of Eric Bischoff's segment. It went for half an hour. This is just this long segment. And then Seth Rollins comes out at 10:50. He's oh, hold on. I've got DMs. And he's showing them on the screen. And they're just oh my god, this is too good.
That'd be great, pal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah, to reel it back in, I don't really know what's gonna happen in this match. I assume, like you said, we're gonna have an advancement between Rey and Dominic. I assume Rey will be in Edge and Beth Phoenix corner. I assume Dominic Guerrero will be in the Judgment Day's corner. I don't know how good from an in-ring standpoint this match is gonna be. That's one thing I'm kind of worried about. I don't know. I'm curious.
Well, how good was the match from day one? Last year with the Edge and Beth Phoenix against the Miz and Maurice. I forgot that match happened until just now. But however good that was, this will probably be a little bit better. I don't think it'll be great by any means, but I think it would just be that, but just a tiny bit better.
Yeah, something like that. Something along that line. It'll be okay. We'll see Fergal, Finn Balor, and Edge. See their chemistry. I would rather see that as a one-on-one match, honestly. Just see Fergs versus Edge.
Well, that's a WrestleMania. That's what they're going to do, I think.
Right. Probably, yeah.
They'll do the blow-off for that. Probably some, this big 25-minute epic of WrestleMania should be a really good match, no doubt. But yeah, I think this match will definitely be better than that mixed tag from day one last year. I think Rhea Ripley is a bit better in-ring at this stage of her career than model and mother of two Maurice.
That's debatable. Maurice's in-ring work rate, bell to bell, was at an all-time high in early 2022, pal. It's very debatable.
All right, pal. All right. So, yeah, that's the Elimination Chamber. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the preview. I don't think there's any other matter. They might do Gunther versus Madcap Moss. Maybe the IC title. Gunther will squash him, and then maybe the Banger Bros will get involved, and they'll set up a match at WrestleMania. I don't know. But, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go, pal. But you think we'll get any intergender action? You think we'll get Rhea Ripley beating up Edge in this match?
Yeah, I do. I do. And the
it.
thing that doesn't like those are a bit odd because then like Edge can't really do anything back, or else the clips of him will go viral on Twitter. It's like, oh my god, Edge beats women. It's like,
Oh, wow.
it's like, bro, what is this? Like social media. But nah, yeah, I think that'll happen. Fergal's smaller than Beth Phoenix, so Beth can do anything to him, and it's not even that big of a deal.
Well, that has a connotation to it.
I mean, yeah, in every way, shape, and form, Beth Phoenix is bigger than Finn Balor.
Oh, all right, pal. Well, that's been your Elimination Chamber 2023 preview. Thank you all for checking out the channel, the podcast, wherever you listen to this at. Hit subscribe, hit like, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, all that good stuff. We'll be back soon. Thank you.
And go check out Wrestling Uncovered. Kevin is now rebranded. He's no longer Bonafide Beat. He's now Wrestling Uncovered. So check out his stuff. Lots of good stuff on the way, Kevin. As you've told me what's coming up with that channel. You should be good. So if you're still listening to this and you haven't subscribed to that channel, go sub. You won't regret it. So yeah.
I appreciate the plug, pal. Peace, everybody.